Okay, back again. This is number 11. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I know this is all a waste of time. It's a waste of my time. And if you're a Christian and watching this, it's a waste of your time. Because, you know, you're just going to continue on and so am I. But most of the things that you do in life, you want some evidence. In other words, if you're buying a car and I'm the car salesman and I tell you the car gets 57 miles to a gallon, you're most likely going to want some evidence. In other words, you aren't going to take my word on faith. You most likely won't do that. I think the same would hold true. You know, if you're making just routine purchases, you don't want to knowingly pay more than you have to. And if someone tells you something that sounds a little outrageous, you would most likely ask them for some type of evidence to prove what they're saying. But yet, there is no evidence that I can think of that would lead anyone to believe that there is a God, the way I understand the Christian God, and that's the one I always use, that there's someone up in the air who has done all these things in the past, you know, killed people, resurrected them, and parted seas, and done all this other stuff. He'll know where to flood the earth, and on and on and on. This person who is always hanging out invisible and talking to people and all that kind of junk, you know. I mean, why isn't this person hanging out now, coming down and saying howdy, you know? I mean, gee whiz, under any other circumstances it would be a big insult. If you were giving a portion of your money to someone for whatever reason, let's say a politician, for lack of someone better as an example, and you were spending a couple of hours a week volunteering for that politician, you would surely expect to get something in return. In other words, even though you're doing it for the cause, and a good cause in your mind, that this is the person who can help us best, if you never got an email, or if you never got a thank you, or if you never had the opportunity to see this person or something else, I mean, how long would you do that? I mean, would you continue doing that, you know, for your entire life? No, of course you wouldn't. Okay, I know I'm really not making any sense, and I understand that. And why am I even wasting this time? Because I know that if you're a Christian, there's no way. Well, that's not true. There are people who are Christians who do become atheists or agnostics or what have you. But I doubt seriously if I'm going to change anyone's mind. And a lot of people might even say it's not nice of me to even try to change someone's mind. Because a lot of people might say, gosh, you know, you don't want to take their religion away from them. But what the heck am I taking away from you? A lot of superstition, a lot of magical thinking. I mean, what else would I be taking from you? You know? So, well, let me wind this baby down here. I mean, just wish I were a little brighter and a little smarter. Of course, I don't think that would help in trying to get my point across. But if nothing more, look at it like this. If nothing more, does it really make sense that one person in 6 days, or rested in the 7th, created all of this? And that same person knows exactly what everyone's doing every second of the day? And that same person is all-powerful and can do whatever in the hell they want. You know? That they can heal people. They can cause calamities. I mean, does it just make any sense? Can you imagine one person who knows what, I don't know how many billions of people there are, but heck, there are, what, over 300 million people, in the United States. Can you imagine one person who's keeping up with 300 million people? Does that make any sense? Huh? And the other thing, I think maybe a lot of us, well, I don't, but a lot of you have this fear of dying and nothing happening. But why should you be afraid of that? In other words, my belief is that you die, you're dead, that's it. There's no soul, there's no spirit, there's nothing. Period. Cessation of sensation. That's it. Poof. Now, what is so bad about that? Now, I'll tell you what would be bad. What would be bad is if you died and had some kind of consciousness or something and would want to be alive again. That'd be a bummer, I'll tell you. But that ain't the way it is. You're dead. You know, everything stops. It's all shut down. You know, the heart ain't pumping. You ain't getting any oxygen in the blood. It's not going to the brain. You don't have any brain function. Put those EKG things on, or whatever, EEG things on. Blood pressure cuff. Nothing's happening. You're gone. You're dead. Poof. That's it. You're out of there. Now, what's so bad about that? I mean, seriously. That's all the more incentive to live your life as you go along. You know, to try and have some fun. And try and be a decent person if you can. And, you know, you don't need God for the morals and the ethics, folks. If you read the Bible, and I haven't read it all, he's a pretty nasty guy, really. But anyway, what the hell. I know I'm whistling Dixie. But anyway, as I said, this is the end. I was signing off for a while. Said I didn't know when and if I was coming back. And anyway, I guess that's sort of it. So for all of you out there, as Pat Condell would say, peace, ladies and gentlemen, peace. And hey, if you're a religious person, just for the heck of it, take a look at the other side. I'm sure if you met up with me, you would want me to look at your side. And I have. And I don't like your side. I don't want anything to do with it. Take a look at my side, just for the heck of it. Read a book. Okay? Read a book. See what the other folks have to say. You guys be good. Peace.